Hi everyone, so just wanted to share some progress with the mod. So first I'm teleporting over to where the current entrance to the mod location will be. As you know, in the last I'm not used to recording. On the last version of the mod, it was actually in the world space, located over here near Iverstead. However, due to issues with compatibility and other items, I decided to move it to its own world space. So the actual world space of Tamriel and Skyrim has very limited added or taken away from. Well, I haven't removed anything from the actual world space of Tamriel. Instead, I added, so as you can see here, there are some Iliad ruins pieces that I added. So when I'm implementing the quest line, I originally think I'll have it be where the player would enter in through this Iliad ruin over here. But for testing purposes, I did add a shortcut, which will be unlocked later in the mod, which is located here. As you can see, there's a Wayward Shrine / portal. We'll go ahead and teleport to the city now. Currently, it's still called Wilderness until, later on when I rename the world space that I'm currently working on. Now, I haven't generated any LODs, so you'll see a lot of the stuff being added as we move with the camera, so I'm sorry about that. As you can see right now, it just looks like there's nothing there and that's floating, but when you get closer, it'll actually come into frame. You'll see it as we walk through. You can see it there. So as you can see, it's not loading until I look away or I get closer. That's all because of the LODs. So once I'm able to generate the world LOD, once I get everything placed, that should fix a lot of the issues here with loading. So the first place we're located, this is actually the market district. So over there would be like the market headquarters or guild association when it comes to like market. We have a column here which is based off of like Trajan's column in Rome, and it's something we can actually climb all the way to. This area right here though is considered, I call it Bethesda Plaza. If you've ever been to New York, there's a plaza called Bethesda Plaza that looks like this, minus some of the minor details that I put in, but also, since Bethesda was the company that released Skyrim, I thought it would be a nice call out. And I also included all the names from the credits. So as you can see here, it's like Bethesda Ludus Studios instead of Bethesda Studios, and then like Ludus director Tadas Howardis. I thought that would be a cute like little way to tie in the original creators of Skyrim into it, so you see it all the way around. And then, like I said, this column. Right now I have the tower stone here. I'm going to try to put the stones throughout corresponding locations within the city, but I might change the actual look of these later to look more like the ESO standing stones or doom stones. So sorry, this might make you a little sick. I know I'm doing because I'm not really good at like recording and playing at the same time. So I'm going to do this. I'm trying to hurry without making you motion sick. It is actually a pretty far way up. It goes all the way up. So if you're wondering, I forgot to put the collision right here on this part of the floor. Sorry. I did it again. Okay, this time I promise I'll get it. So I have to redo the collisions here just for this piece right here because it got it was missing from the collision piece that I did. So hopefully once I have the LED, you'll be able to see a lot further than just this little mist right here in my field of view. So you should be able to see the entire market district. This is this location here. That area over there, which we'll go to in a little bit, is the docks. Headed that way to the northwest would be the palace and the Coliseum. To the south, I'll probably have this door here will lead to the Minotaur part of the city, and then the noble district on that side, and then behind to the southeast is well, the majority of all the facilities for the city are located, so all the guilds and stuff like that are usually located in that area. So we'll go down. Like I said, sorry if this makes you motion sickness. Okay. We'll go ahead and walk over. So I added this little canal here. What I'm thinking about with this area is it leads to the sewer, which is here. And as you can see, I already included the symbology for the Outlaw Retreat, which is part of the ESO, if you know. So it's like where, you know, you can find fences and stuff like that. Thieves Guild, all that fun stuff there. Okay, as you can see, that wall just loaded from behind the market. Now, most of the doors are regular size, but I did want to mention I do have like these gigantic doors like these. Mostly because the Minotaurs, which will be added later. You probably saw on one of the posts where I was working on the armor for it. I'm going to be adding those Minotaurs within the game, and so I needed doors that were large enough for them. For symbology, I used... So, sorry, I'm trying to get my train of thoughts because this is my first time like talking it out. When it comes to the actual lore of the city, I'm thinking, you know, it's a refuge for back during the Elysian Order, but prior to it becoming fanatical. So it's a refuge for both followers of the Elysian Order and for the Elven people who escape persecution. So, you know, when it comes to the Aliens, they had symbology with the birds. So I was thinking the eagle might be a good, like, you know, symbology for it. And then also you have the red diamond, or the amulet of kings. As you know, it was given to Saint Alicia by Akatosh. So of course, you know, I brought that symbology over as part of the First Empire. You guys probably remember this building from the old release. Like I said, we'll have market stalls in here. This will be a kind of like headquarters. And then of course we have this area down here. Well, there'll be like storage and everything else. An Alien well. Like I said, it's supposed to be like a mix of both Alien and Imperial. But yeah, there you go. So that's a pretty good shot of what this area looks like. As you can see, without that LOD, as I turn, like things appear and disappear. Hopefully that'll be fixed when I put in the LOD world. While we're in this area, I'll also show you the docks as they are right now. I actually just finished the buildings this morning. So right now I have, you can see it right there, the lighthouse on the far left. I have a different building I'm going to put there, so I just have that there's a placeholder for now. So these are like, this is going to be our warehouse, so there will be doors here so that we can, you know, depending on missions and stuff like that, we can have it closed off or like really add to it. So it'll be like a storage area. This is right here on the coast. Looks like I probably need to remove that fog. But anyway. Yeah, so that warehouse. Here to the left we have where, you know, you would build and repair ships. And then this will be the docking area. So I'll be putting tins and a whole bunch of cranes and stuff. Like, as you can see, that's lifted up here. There will be a crane up here to lift merchandise off the ships and stuff like that. So this area still needs a lot of work. And I'm not sure what I'm going to put here. I might put another door that leads to a different section of the district. Or another district, just like I did here. But they're just placeholders for the moment. Yeah, and just to show you like the scale of everything. So we'll go ahead and enter this area here to the south. This is going to be, like I said, where all the guilds and stuff like that are. And also like the very first housing that the player could get when coming to the city. So first we'll go this way to the heart of it. So as you can see, there's a couple buildings here that can be either guilds or inns. I also brought over the fountain from the last save as well. So that's here. I did add some new buildings, so these will be like adjacent facilities to whatever guilds we put inside of these buildings. So this gate here, I wanted it to lead to like the noble district, which I haven't started on yet. So that will be to the west. Here to the southeast we have the it'll be like the judicial area. So it's where the prison will be, where the guards will be. So this will be like this goes down, so the prison will be here. This will be housing for all the guards. And then this temple is to Julianus, which is the god of law and order, I guess. So that's where, like, you know, trials and stuff like that would be held. And yeah, I'm still adding the textures to these. So this area here, I'm thinking about blocking off right here where these two pillars are and putting the door, and then moving that symbol over here as well. So this will be a second entrance, but I'm not sure yet. We'll see. As you can see, if I leave it open, you'll be able to travel all the way through. The only issue is like there's some lighting issues, like as you can see here, like just weird lighting issues. So I'm hoping to alleviate with blocking it off, but if I leave it open, that might just be a minor issue. Like I said, I have all the textures for these. I just need to reorganize them. Coming up the steps, you come to the Lion District, which is where most of the city administration will be. So you'll have your town hall here to the right. You'll have like the Senate, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to put here, but we have a building there anyway. And then you have the temple district here to your left. So this is where all the major temples will be. So you have another building which we can put it can be a citizen's house, or it could be like a guild. This is where that entrance that we just looked at comes out at. these are apartments here. So I still have to populate and, you know, make this lived in. So I'm going to add a whole bunch of like prayer stuff, some altars, you know, vegetation, stuff like that. So this is the sanctum, or the tomb for Alicia. I'm thinking this one up here would be to Kinnereth. This one will probably be to Morehouse, or I might move Morehouses to somewhere else. So this might just be to the Nine Divine, or this could be Kinnereth, and then that one up there could be the Nine Divines temple, and then have this one to Akatosh. Now you can see like there's a like gold flame up here, but then also like a flame effect. So that's to symbolize like the dragonflyers from the Imperial City. So it's like an internal dragon flame. So the flames themselves are like Sovngarde flames, and then I have the golden flame, which you can see throughout the city as well. I put on a whole bunch of different buildings and pillars. So it's just, you know, some more of that imagery to tie you into the Elysian Order. So those are the steps to get up to that apartment, and then I need to add something here in between the fountain and this wall. So I might put another building here and on the other side as well, but I just haven't decided yet. I might leave it open, as you can see, like this, make this into like a little fountain house or something. I just haven't decided yet. As you can tell, I put the most work into the this area first. All the other areas have, you know, I've moved locations, I've changed different layouts, so it's all been a work in progress, but I really enjoy and love the way that the marketplace looks, so I haven't really changed anything from there, so that's why it looks so completed, because I haven't had to go back like 100 times over to change it. So if you came up through this area here, which is the Bethesda Plaza, and came to these doors, it actually takes you to the Patreon Plaza. So this will be, like, as you're watching this, all the members of my Patreon from when I created it are listed here, as well as the dates of when they actually started supporting my Patreon. So for instance, Bach 8513 and everybody else, I have their names here with the dates of when they started supporting the channel. Now if your name's not here, that means you probably just joined after I created this monument. So what will happen between now and the release date, I'll create some extra ones and add your name to it as we go through and just populate it throughout. And as you can see here, this is supposed to be like the citizens of the city actually are thanking all of the members of the Patreon for, you know, supporting us. Well, me, but, you know, supporting the city. So yeah, this is Patreon Plaza, and then as you can see, I have a giant statue here. You can't see it right now because of the LEDs, but the Coliseum is located right here directly behind him. As you can see, that's coming into frame now. This here is like the city cemetery. It's a smaller one. I kind of really like the layout and how congested it is right here. It reminds me of like New Orleans in the United States. So as you can see, we have like a whole bunch of like tombs and stuff. So I'll still populate this area, and then over here, this will be to RK, the god of death, the afterlife and stuff. So I will add some stuff here, and then there'll be a door there that takes you into like his underground things where you prepare the bodies for burial. You probably saw it earlier when we were looking at the Patreon Plaza, but the palace is coming into frame. Which I'll show you next. There we go. So I really took inspiration from the palace, the Imperial Palace from the Imperial City, which you probably know from ESO or from Oblivion. So I took some inspiration from it, but I wanted to make it its own. So between the Imperial City and then also, I took inspiration from the Roman Empire, and then the Eastern Holy Empire, like the Byzantine. I think it's Hysophora or something like that. Is a church that was part of the Imperial Palace, the Byzantine Empire. So I combined that with the Imperial Tower to kind of get this, which I kind of love the way it it turned out. And as you can see, there goes those flames I was talking about. So the eternal dragon flames. And then still working on this area. I just started changing it around. This area over here will be like more of higher standing cemetery, so it's like where anyone from the royal family or like nobles or anything like that would be buried. So you get all these tombs scattered throughout. But then also you see this giant snake. If you remember, I actually had the snake in the old part of the mod, but I made it a lot larger. I want it to, as you can see, so you have the head here. You can see it's like floating around. You see it come up there and then come down. And then, of course, like I said, I'm going to put the standing stones near it. So this one will be the serpent stone. As you can see, it's in the tail of the serpent. But as you know, I'm also creating another part of this where it'll be like a whole bunch of cool like assassin weapons that are serpent themed. Which, as you can see, this will be the secret door here. I haven't worked on the inside or anything yet, but that's where that location will be. You probably remember it from the road map when I said like the serpent's den. That's where it will be located, underneath the serpent. Now that we visited this area, I want to take you to the Coliseum, which I've been working on this week. So we have I have the armor and stuff, I just don't have it in the game, but I went ahead and got the gladiator armor, well, one version of it done, and I'm still working on some other ones, just to have it, have options. We're headed that way. As you can see, the Coliseum just came inside of view. This one is actually taller than the last release. I put a whole extra floor and I brought down the poly count, which is one reason it's taking so long, is because I'm going through and reworking a lot of the models, and some of them I'm starting from scratch. So with that, it just takes time to get everything in order. Right now I have those statues as placeholders. Of course I'll have different ones up there. And then you have all the different seating doors and stuff like that you can go into. On the other side, there's not much back there. I'll show you that before we go and continue. I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. I know there's, of course, there's some floating stuff. I've been moving stuff around. I haven't just edited this train to come up yet to do it. I'm thinking about either having additional stuff here like a gladiator school, and then on this side over here putting the house for the grand champion of the arena. I just haven't had a chance to implement it on this particular save. But there will be the Champions Hall, probably located right here, that you would go in, and it'll just be a major home for the Grand Champion of the arena that you get upon completing the arena challenge. I just noticed that needs to be backed up a little bit. Like I said, I've been moving stuff around, so it looks like that needs to be moved back. Here goes a palace from the side. Now, I haven't linked any of these doors to the interior yet, so I actually put the interior of the Coliseum on this side, just so I could test it out, and just view what the Coliseum looks like. So this is the last little part before, I end the video, but I hope you guys enjoy it. So this is what the Coliseum looks like right now. So I have these are supposed to be like trapdoors. So this is where, like, as you're fighting and stuff, more enemies might generate or pop up, but I just kind of don't like the look of it. So what I might do is just remove all of these except for the two back here, this one and this one, because I did researching the Coliseum and stuff. I wanted to make it kind of realistic, so it's like, as you can see here, there's like ramps where like they'll bring in an animal and it'll go up, versus having just like, where you can't see it. So I'm going to remove those probably and just have just these back two right here. And then as you can see, I did put some people in here so far. They're just duplicates from the pit fight. So I'll change their clothes and stuff like that and put them more throughout. And then of course you have like the royal boxes where there'll be like chairs, and you'll have like senators and yourself if you become ruler of the city. This is where you can watch fights. And one thing, I kind of like these banners, which are from Skyrim themselves, but as you can see, they leave like this weird extra piece behind it, which I don't like. So I might have to just re-edit the banners and stuff for the purpose of this, but so far I think it looks pretty good. Now this is how the arena would normally look, but I'm thinking about like having like one or two like secret fights where you would actually have like a naval fight kind of. Let's see, turn off collision, and I'll show you what I was thinking that would look like. So here goes the arena if it was like more of a naval fight. So it's the exact same thing with everything around, but then you would have like these broken ships. So here, let me go up to the royal box and just look back. So you would start off here, and then you would have enemies scattered throughout that you would try to defeat. Doing research on the Coliseums, it looks like they had like naval fights, and they would flood the Coliseums or arenas. So that's kind of like what I was trying to picture here, which I kind of like the way it turned out. And of course I added some waves and stuff to make it look more realistic, but yeah. What do you guys think? I personally kind of like it. Under what I did, so to get the looks of these floating platforms, I used these beams, and then just used like these pieces of wood that I found throughout the creation kit. And so that's how I did it, and I blocked off this part with the land, so as you can see, you can't just go in. But yeah, let's go up here. what I kind of like about it. Once again, you see the eagles and diamonds and stuff, so it's like, you know, I took a lot of inspiration from ancient Rome, but I also try to give it a little bit of alien feel. So like all these pillars here that hold like the flames and stuff, you know, these are from like alien ruins, so you know, you get that touch, that little hint that okay, it was aliens as well. But yeah, there you go. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright,